Yeah, everyone, this is Thermites, and this is the weekly updates. As always, very first link below is Weekly Shonen Jump. Please check it out. Under that, though, there's a second link, and that second link is to Sakamoto Days, chapters 9 to 21. I picked it back up. It's a good series. When I dropped it, I was, kind of burnt out on it. It felt like it was just like, it's the funny, wacky series, and it's got good action, but the funny isn't that good. And to be fair, I'm still not like super duper into the comedic side of Sakamoto Days, but I like it enough. Like it is fun. It keeps it light. It makes, it allows really wacky things to happen. I think I've slipped into the tone that the series wants me to, read it in. And it is just really good. I love the paneling, love the choreography, love the action, love the world that they are building right now. It's so good. So picked that up, very happy about that. Also picked up Choujin X, but that's not really an obligation because that's coming out whenever. I didn't know that when I said I was going to read it this week, but I'm really happy that that is the case. Because, just in general, want to support mangaka who use non-traditional, like, release schedules, or non-traditional schedules that are good for them. Like, I don't want to support, or I don't want to say that Murata is great for his schedule of he can release a chapter whenever he wants, but he also constantly redoes the chapters over and over again. I talk about this in the Choujin X thing, but I want to say it again. He is the worst editor for himself. Like, he is in a situation he can't get out of because he is his worst critic, and that sucks. Like, that is as bad as having an editor who would tell you, like, no, you don't get to release this, go fix the entire thing, go redraw the entire chapter. Whereas with Choujin X, like, this first chapter was really cool, and it gave me this very decompressed vibe. Like, I couldn't tell what the series was even going to be for a while. And I appreciated that because it also didn't go too far into the realm of, this doesn't make any sense. What's the big mystery box? Like, looking back on it, I see everything there. And even the parts that weren't, like, pivotal to telling the story, I think are still really good for setting up the world and setting up the characters and, like, creating an interesting atmosphere. And I feel good about the idea that, if the mangaka gets how many chapters he wants and he can release them whenever he wants, the page count can be whatever. Like, I feel like that will allow this world to be precisely what Sui Ishida wants it to be. Which is really what I'm coming to manga for. I'm not coming to manga for, like, heavy, heavy constraints. I like some constraints in my series. Like, when you get that perfect balance of a mangaka who has lots of great concepts and an editorial who is reining them in just enough to, like, trim some of the fats. Like, that is ideal, but I'm not against getting some rich, fatty series. Ah, so apart from that, yeah, Sakamoto Days picked back up. Choujin X reading for the first time. Candy Flurry dropped because it feels real generic, but I'm trying to get better about dropping series if I really don't like them, and then being willing to pick them back up if someone says, "Hey, by the way, 3 chapters after that point where you dropped it, it got really, really good." Like, I think that's fairer to everyone. And I can always do a catch up stream or a catch up reaction thing. Blue Box, interesting in that I do like it, but it's not really my jam. Like, my reaction to it, I feel like, is pretty quiet and pretty, like, middling, but I am enjoying it as this, like, it's a sports series, but it's not really about a singular sport. It's just kind of about sports and, like, doing sports in high school at a high level. And then it's also a romance series, and I thought chapter 3 was going to be a love triangle situation, which is why I was iffy about it. But then chapter 4 seems like it's going to be more of a, parallel relationships with maybe a little jealousy to, create a little bit of drama. But, like, the characters all feel realistic and they all feel sane. Like, there are no super annoying misunderstandings thus far. Any misunderstanding is cleared up within the chapter that it happens. And I like that. It's not the kind of series I would usually read, especially not in Jump. And so I want to give it more of a chance. Everything else is pretty standard. The good series are good. Everything I read this week, I think, was good. Even Candy Flurry was not bad. It just made me go, like, I don't really want this right now. And I'm really, really happy that the Elusive Samurai got the color page. It got the front of Jump. It got a 2-page color spread. We got some big Ashikaga Takeuji energy. It's good. Jump is getting to a point that I'm really happy about. Nine Dragons, fantastic. Love Nine Dragons. Anyways, that's about it. Please join the Discord because it's a fun place, and also because if I don't put something out like in a weekly update, or if I don't make my own like thing for it, like if I'm creating something, I do want to get it out to the biggest audience possible. So like, check out YouTube. First and foremost, I'm gonna try and redirect everything I can, but there's some things I don't even want to say the title of. Like, Dorohedoro. Like, I don't want to title a redirect the Dorohedoro redirect or Dorohedoro or talking about Dorohedoro because, the rights holders told me to knock it off. So that is just a Discord exclusive. And I haven't done any for a bit. Like, don't join right now because you think I've got some secret Dorohedoros. I've only done like 2 or 3, but not going to do any right now this exact moment because I'm trying to wait for a time where I can be more chill about Dorohedoro, like, with the construction and all that whatnot happening. I'd prefer to get to a point where I can just vibe with it and enjoy the weirdness of the series just, as it is, without any worries about being interrupted or whatever. Okay, that is it. That's a comprehensive weekly update. That's been the whole week. Thank you all so much for continuing to support the channel. Extra special thanks to anyone who pops in for the live streams because it's so, like, you don't get you get a notification for it, but you have to ask for it first, and then it's not on Twitch, like it's on Discord, and it's super duper niche. Like, there's so many layers to why I can't imagine like a lot of people doing it, and so that makes me just super grateful to the people who do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye for now. Nya nya.